It is officially the second OG Fortnite season where we're going back to chapter 2. But this time it's a little bit different. Some of the items and POIs are changed around a bit. But today I'm going to be continuing my series where I'm building Fortnite in Lego. Last video we made Fortnitemares, and of course today we're going to be building chapter 2 Remix. Very quickly, do make sure you're subscribed because I have a lot more Lego Fortnite videos coming in the future, just like this one. And also there'll be a link in the description to my Lego Fortnite playlist. Without further ado, let's get into these chapter 2 Remix builds. I built 4 minifigures from the new season, so that is the first thing we're going to be taking a look at. For our first minifigure, probably the most hyped skin of this brand new season, it is the mashup between Meowscles and Midas, Meowdis. He was actually probably the easiest custom in this video to make because all I did was I took my custom Midas minifigure from a few videos ago, and I took the official Meowscles minifigure and I just put the official Meowscles head and tail on this minifigure. Now, the actual Meowdis skin has like a different color for his head, but this is the only piece that uses this head mold. So this is definitely the best that you can do, and also I do wish I had this tail in more of like a white color because it would fit the character a lot more. But I think that he turned out really good. Now let's take a look at Snoop Dogg. So the biggest challenge I faced while building this minifigure was the hair. There is no Lego piece that is like his hair in the game. So I eventually just settled on a hat because every single hairpiece I tried just didn't look like Snoop Dogg. Even though the skin in game does not have a hat style. Everything else though looks great. The face print is probably the best Lego face print you could get for Snoop Dogg. And I just used Bruce Banner's torso there. This one's based off of his second style, which is actually in-game if you go to the dog pound and you go to the boss. This is the style that the boss has, so that's why I picked this one. If you turn it around, you can see I actually used the Falcon's face from Infinity War, but the other side doesn't have the goggles, and it looks pretty good. And then I just did plain black legs because all the black legs I had, the leg printing just didn't line up right. I mean, ideally, you would have to mold an entirely new hairpiece for him, but I think of what I've got, I did pretty good. The next minifigure is the mashup skin between Tiantina and Ocean, Dynamo Tiantina. She was also kind of difficult to make and being able to find the right pieces for. The hairpiece isn't perfect, but it does work out pretty nice. The torso is actually Harry Potter's torso from the Triwizard Lake set. All I did was I replaced this arm with a black one because she has like this sleeve on her right arm, and then on this side I replaced the hand with a black hand because she's wearing gloves. If you turn it around, you can see that it says Potter, but it's probably the best torso for this minifigure. For the legs, I used Lucy's legs from the Lego Movie 2. These legs are just great for a lot of customs. They have some really nice printing and they're dual molded. The face, I believe, is just Jin Urso's, but I think that just works best. Our final minifigure is probably the best custom in this video, and it is the Chaos Director. This minifigure turned out almost perfect. I used this Harry Potter torso right here that has the red tie in the middle, which is perfect. I used Gar Saxon's legs, which also turned out to be perfect because it has kind of like this waist cape skirt thing on the side that has the red lining, which is just how the skin looks. I used this Star Wars face, which just looks just like the mask in game, and then I just used this Dumbledore hair, which is probably just the best hairpiece. Even the Lego Fortnite version of this skin in game uses that hairpiece. I also just gave her some black hands because she is fully gloved. I think everything about this minifigure is perfect. Now let's move on to some of the builds. So first off, I have all of these builds here, which I actually showed off in some previous videos, but every single one of these is currently in Chapter 2 Remix. We've got the Mini, the Med Kit, the Ammo Crate, the Bandage, the Shockwave Grenade, the Tactical Shotgun, the RPG, the Scar, the Heavy Sniper, and also the Drum Gun. Like I said, every single one of these items is available to play with in Chapter 2 Remix, but I have already built them all in previous videos. Like I said earlier, there will be a link to a complete Lego Fortnite playlist in the description. But now let's look at some of my new builds. I built all of the new mythic weapons So we're going to take a look at those first. The most simplest one being the Ice Spice's Grappler. I just took the Grappler build from the official LEGO Fortnite Battle Bus set and put these pink studs on the side. Because it's really just looks like a normal Grappler, but it has some pink. So it's just a very simple build. Next, we got the M&M Minigun. This one was super fun to design. I haven't built a LEGO Fortnite minigun before, but if I were to, it'd be this exact same design, except the dark red would be replaced with like gray or something. Now, this isn't actually in the game yet, just like the Ice Spice Grappler, but to put it in a minifigure's hand, you just have this bar back here that goes right there, and then this other one in the back that your minifigure can grab onto, just like that, and it looks pretty minifigure scale. As you can see there, I think it turned out really nice. I do really like the end part here with this Technic pin. I'm super excited for this item to come to the game in the next few weeks. And I think I did a pretty good job of representing it in LEGO. Our next boss item is just the Snoop Dogg drum gun, but you can literally just take a normal drum gun and it works. Now it is like has some more gold on it, but I don't believe they make this piece or this piece in gold. Which would be ideal, but you could just use like the normal drum gun build that I've shown off in the past. For our next boss weapon, we've got Meowscles' Pew Rifle. Now this weapon was in the game in OG Chapter 2 and it's really good to see it back. This is my LEGO version. I think it looks pretty good. I used a minifigure hand for the handle and another minifig hand up here for the sight. The heart of the build is actually just a rod. As you can see here, it just runs throughout the entire thing. The back part here is built using this piece. I used a dark brown cylinder in the middle, and on the end there's just a stud with a hole in it. I really like how this Pew Rifle turned out, and it's actually really minifigure scale. Now to move on to our final boss weapon of the video, the Teen Tina's Boom Bow. This one was very simple to build, but yet it looks so good. I just used Hawkeye's bow, and then I took this red cone with some sticky tack, and I just put the red cone on the end of the arrow just like that because this is like, it explodes. And I think it looks really good. Here's how it looks with a minifigure. Of course it's minifig scale because it's using a minifigure sized bow. But that was all of the minifigures and boss weapons I made in this video. But don't worry, we still got a few more things. First of which is the Snoop Dogg Lowrider. Now I don't usually build LEGO cars. It's not really my specialty. And this is my first Fortnite vehicle I've replicated in LEGO. I think it turned out excellent. Starting at the front, we've got these grills that of course make a little point here, along with all 4 white lights. This yellow piece down here is meant to represent the license plate. I use these tiles on pretty much everywhere because the car is very flat. There's not much here on the underside, just some supports. I got the wheels here. I use these skinnier ones because I think that they fit really well. The thing I definitely struggled with the most was this windshield. I tried like 3 or 4 different windshield pieces and eventually landed on this one. I've got the windows going along the side and then another windshield piece sloping down in the back. Looking at the back, I've just got these 2 grill pieces here along with these translucent red grill pieces to show kind of the lights. And all of these lights are connected by jumpers on the back and also, if we flip it over, on the front. Now to actually get a minifigure inside there, you gotta take these panels off of the top. And now there's only really space for 1 minifigure inside, just because minifigures in cars are kind of wonky because their arms stick out so much. But I did make sure to include a blue steering wheel along with 1 little seat. We can grab our Snoop Dogg minifigure and we can put the roof back on there. And then when you can see him you can kind of see him in there. The windshield's kind of blocking, but there's his head, and so he can fit in his lowrider. The only thing is it can't actually like jump, like the wheels don't really go down, but it does look really nice. And of course you could build this in all sorts of colors. I just did blue because that's like the main color that you can find around the map. And it is like a really just sleek and flat looking build, but I think it suits it very well. Now one very simple item I somehow have not built in the past is the pump shotgun. I actually found that this piece right here actually works pretty well for the pump, at least for the gray through blue ones. Once you get to the spaz, you'd have to actually like use a different piece. But let's get that out of here. Next up, we've got the Snoop Dogg Boogie Bomb. This one was really fun to make. I started off with my main design from a previous video when I built just a normal Boogie Bomb. Instead, I switched out this gray stud for a gold one, and then I also added this little tooth piece on top for like the little dog on top. And this is what it looks like being held by a minifigure. Now our final item of the video is something pretty iconic to Chapter 2. It was a very, very rare item and only a few people ever got it in game. This item could one-shot anybody. And of course, I'm talking about the Mythic Goldfish. I think I did a really good job replicating this in Lego, and it only uses 4 pieces. For the part of the fish, I just used an upside down minifigure head, and for the fin, I just used a gold cheese slope attached with sticky tack. Just make sure that you don't flip it around. I really hope that you guys did enjoy this video. Comment down below what your guys' thoughts are on Chapter 2 Remix, and also comment down below some other Lego Fortnite things I should make in the future. If you'd like to see all my other Lego Fortnite videos, or if you want to check out some other awesome videos, you can click on one of the links in the end screen now. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching.